Hi everyone, welcome back, and in today's video I want to talk to you about the £15 phone case that I keep coming back to, and that is the Crave Dual Guard. So this has been on my iPhone 17 Pro and my iPhone Air for a number of weeks now, and every time that I swap it out for something else I always end up coming back to this. So in this video I want to talk through the main reasons why this is the case that stays on my phone. So one of the main reasons that I love this phone case is the design. So this is a plastic TPU, I believe, case with a matte finish. So there's a couple of really nice things about that. So one of it being that it is not a case that shows up fingerprints. So my other phone cases that I have spent more money on have got the greasy fingerprints really quickly and it's really visible, and I really don't like it. It doesn't make it look very nice at all on the phone, whereas with this I haven't had that issue at all. It also comes in a lovely green, so this is the forest green. I also have a blue, and it's a really nice colour, gives a lot of nice contrast against the cosmic orange, but it's not something that is overly bold out there, but it is a nice different colour. There is other colours that are available for the phone cases. I will link in the description below for you guys to go and check those out. But yeah, it's a really nice looking phone case, which is a really big thing for me. I like them to look nice. It also has a really snug fit, which I really like because it feels like it fits the case properly. And it's also easy to get off when you need to. So it's not overly tight on the case. So if I want to pop it off quickly to give my phone a quick clean and or get to the SIM, then it's really easy. And I really appreciate that because some cases can be a bit of a nightmare to get off at times. So another thing I want to talk about is the grip. So I really like the grip on this case. It's because of that matte finish, you get that anti-slip. So it's it really, like in hand, it doesn't feel like it's just going to fall out when your hand's a little bit sweaty. So you have that. Also, when I'm sat on the sofa, I could pop this on the arm and I'm not worried about it slipping and falling off and hitting the floor. So they've done a really good job in that space with the grip. It's also, although anti-slip, not overly sticky, which is a bit contradictory, I know. So I put my phones in my pocket, generally my back pocket. So I like to be able to have a case that comes out of the back pocket nice and easily and goes in. It's not going to stick. And this certainly does that. It also doesn't pick up loads of lint and other bits that sat in your pocket. So it keeps it looking nice and clean as well. Now moving on to a couple of bits that I think are really important on these cases, one of them being the buttons. Now I like my buttons to be nice and clicky, which I'm sure a lot of us do, and this doesn't disappoint. You see, lovely, nice sound. They're also really secure. So some buttons that I've come across, you can wobble quite a bit, whereas with these, they are, like I say, it's a snug fit, and that goes for the buttons as well. So it doesn't feel like they're going to pop out or that they are going to break. So really happy with the quality of the buttons on this particular case. And next up is the main bit that we buy these cases for, to protect our expensive phones. And the protection on this is brilliant. So it has a dual guard protection, which means that it has one layer that is slightly softer material, and then the top layer is a more solid plastic. So when you drop it, it has that shock absorption, and you don't need to worry about if it does fall that it is going to break. It really does offer that protection. It also has around the camera a raised lip, which I think is really important because obviously these are expensive and we don't want to get scratched lenses, so that offers that protection. And on the front you do have a slight raise around the screen, again to just help avoid those scratches on the screen when you put it down if you're putting it face down. So in general, I'm really happy with the level of protection that I'm getting on my phones from this case. I'd also say that it's not particularly bulky. So You would think with it being dual layer that it might be a little bit bigger than most cases, but actually I don't find that it is. I find it's quite a sweet spot actually. It gives a feel of protection, but you still don't have a massive weight in your hand that's been added by a case. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it feels and how it protects. So yeah. And then moving on to MagSafe accessories. So obviously this is MagSafe compatible, as with most cases that you get these days, and the magnets are really good on this case. I've had no issue when using my accessories like my desk charger, my MagSafe wireless charger from Sarge, and also my MagSafe wallets. So I can pop them on and I'm not worried about them slipping off at all. I'm really comfortable with that. So yeah, they've done a really good job in that space as well. So what are my final thoughts on this case? Well, for £15, I think you are getting a really good case. It's lightweight, it's grippy, and it provides you with all the protection that you are going to need on your phone. So if you're looking for something that is on the cheaper side, but going to give you premium protection and not add too much bulk, then this is really something that I would recommend you check out. Once again, I've linked it in the description for you guys to go and have a look. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, why not drop me a subscribe and hit that like button? It really does help my small channel grow. And I will catch you in the next one.